What's up, dude? Hey, how are you? So my dance story is different, I will say. It has to start back from my childhood, from some context. So for people who don't know, I have a mentally challenged brother that has an disability called Kritishaw, which means that he was born with one less chromosome, so he can't walk or talk or anything. So when we went to school together in early school from grade 1 to grade 5, kids weren't nice to me. Like they beat me out weekly and like knocked me out on a basketball court post thing or pushed me into the women's wash and then go tell on me that, hey, we're in the women's bathroom or whatever. So that was very hard for me emotionally, I guess. Like I just didn't like people for a while. So as the years went by, I just kind of stayed away from all that type of stuff. And then I went to college. Chris is here somewhere, but he was one of my college people. Hi, Chris. It was nice meeting him again. It's been like 10 years or something. But and I had a lot of fun with that. I got to meet new people, did a little bit of experience, kind of broke me out of my shell a little bit. But then when college was done, I couldn't like find any work, and I kind of got a little bummed out. So then I got a job that I actually just left yesterday, a janitorial job, and my two bosses, which are now good friends of mine, like really like helped me out with some of that stuff when it came to like helping unlock my potential and whatnot. So long story short, I was with the janitorial company for a while, and then when COVID happened, being in the cleaning industry, you guys can probably imagine, I was working like 13 hours a day or something. It was crazy. I was like burning out. So I actually had to get someone else to cover for like the first half of my shift, so I didn't have to like kill myself with that. But during that time, I ended up thinking like I want to do something different. I want to go out and meet people. I want to do something. I didn't know like what to do. And I think I was on like YouTube or something, and I saw, Yulia and Ricardo. I don't know if you guys know who they are, but they're good dancers, like world champions and stuff. I was like, this is really cool. Like, I would love to do something like this. And I always wanted to do it like when I was a kid. So then I was like, well, I don't know where to go. So I have a fitness trainer friend named Sue, and she also teaches pole dancing. I'm like, do you know anywhere that teaches ballroom? And then she recommended me here. Then I started emailing the Fred Astaire like corporate office, I guess, and then they passed me over to Kate. Where's Kate? Hi. Hi. And then we emailed for like a month because during that time is when lockdown was on and you couldn't have the business open or anything. So we finally got a date, which was February the 20th, 3 years ago. My anniversary is tomorrow. I remember my first time here. I was so scared. Like I parked my car. I was like sitting in my car. Like, what am I doing? What am I going to do? Like, should I do this or whatever? Then I came up the stairs, and I believe it was Ryan at the top of the stairs. He's like, how are you doing? I'm like, I am so scared. Like, I'm like literally sitting there shaking. I don't know if you remember that. You do? Yeah. And so I came up, and I was just like frozen. And then Paige was here at the time. I don't know if many of you know who Paige was, but she was my first instructor. And it took her like 10 minutes to like break me, I guess. I was like, all right, I'm kind of getting this or whatever. And then like it was really nerve-wracking for a while. And then I did the social ease thing with Mina. I can't. Were you with me at social ease too? Yeah. No. Okay. So it was with Mina, and I still remember my first party because I was like talking to people, and she's like, stop standing there and talking to people, and go out there and dance and talk to people. I'll never forget that. It was so much fun. But yeah, and then I ended up having Allie as an instructor. And we did our first floor show together. It was the Waltz. And I remember this like the back of my hand too. I was like so stiff, like probably couldn't do the robot or something. But I remember her halfway through. It's like, see, do something, do something. So I was just like going around the box. And then so that was like a great experience. I wish I got that on video. Did you ever find that?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. I want to see it. But anyway, so after that, I was starting to like. The reason why I told you my childhood thing is it left like a lot of scars, and it started like getting rid of those scars. Really, like I started opening up. Like I was coming out of my shell. I was like it was going amazing. And then like, I'm a competitive bowler, have been for 35 years, not the whole time, been bowling for 35 years. And I started going out of my Woodstock bubble and started going to Toronto, started going to Hamilton, Burlington, Windsor, like everywhere. And met so many people there, met some people on the pro tour. It was awesome. It was just, the one guy that's on the pro tour actually worked on my equipment and became pretty good friends. So, yeah. So all that was happening. My bowling coach was noticing like this huge improvement in like, just in me in general, like finding myself, like getting out of my shell and stuff. Everything was going great. I think we kind of started talking about comp then. But then like a really bad thing happened in my life when it was on November the 9th, week after my birthday, 2022, I found my dad like deceased in his room. And yeah, that was pretty tough. But dancing helped me so much through that. Like Kate, I remember Kate, I told Kate, and she gave me like the biggest hug, and she would not let me go. Like I was just like, oh, like I want to go. And I'm like, I don't want to break down here. Like I'm not that type of person, but I held back the tears and stuff. And then we ended up doing a dance routine for my dad. I asked Hallie if we could do it, and he was like a big fan of Elvis and a big fan of, or he knew how to dance polka and waltz. I didn't know how to do polka. I didn't want to do waltz because I wanted it to be like a celebration. So we ended up doing a swing to an Elvis song 2 days before the celebration of life. So I had a video of it, and then I went to the celebration of life and was like showing like everybody, and then threw it up on YouTube. It had like 1,000 views or something. It was kind of special. And then at my dad's celebration of life, I was like talking to everybody, like holding or having them tell stories and stuff. And just how people talked about him, like how amazing of a person he was, like the place was packed, like people had to park on the road and stuff. I was like, man, I want to be like that. I want people to talk about me like that when I'm young. Like I don't want it to be like a sad thing. I want it to be happy. I want to hear these awesome stories and make people laugh and stuff. So I kind of built that into my goals in life, and dancing really helped me out with that. And then we started talking about doing comp. I went to my first one. Well, I've only been to one, but I went to the one before just to kind of like watch it and see what it's about. And I got my social ease, what do you call that, trophy ball thing. And I thought it was kind of neat. I was really nervous there, so I was like, well, my 40th birthday is coming up. I want to do something cool for it. All my friends kind of like failed on me on my 30th. So there was a comp a couple weeks after my birthday, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to go into that. And I'm glad I did. That was like such a great moment. But before that part of the story, I had an issue at work with a supervisor that gave me literally an anxiety attack for like a week. And I remember coming here, we were doing a routine right before. I was like, I'm like going crazy here. And then Ali was like, calm down, like, really helping me out. And then I had a chat with Kate for like an hour. I think it was like an hour or something, I can't remember. But I was just like stilling it all, and then I was just like freaking out. And then she helped me out, and I ended up, that led to me going to get some help for my anxiety and stuff. And it was absolutely like life-changing. Like it was great. It helped making me the person that I am now. And then when it comes to the competition, I wasn't expecting it to be like that. I was expecting to be like nervous up there. I think I was like the first song, and then I was just like, all right, I'm going. And then I remember telling you like the last 6, we had 6 heats in a row. I'm like, I'm gonna go up and crush this, and I did. Like, I took one of my college professors' advice. Chris might remember this. I'm gonna definitely repeat it though. And he pretty much said that if you ever get a chance to do something that you don't want to do, go there and blow their freaking minds away. And that was like my attitude for that. So after that, I actually had like a couple professional, I don't know, were they professional dancers or is it kind of?
Yep.
Yeah, what were their names again?
Adele and, what's her husband's name? Adele and, it's right there. It's on the side. But the last one.
The last one.
It wasn't them?
No, it was somebody else. I think they were at the one before it.
From New York. I don't know.
Oh, either way. But anyway, I ended up talking to them after the conference stuff, because, I think Brian was trying to take me up to a hotel room to get me drunk. But I wasn't feeling it that day, as I was up for like 20 hours. But, I was talking to them like, hey, you guys are great, and then, they were telling me, it's like, oh, you were awesome up there, like, you were so confident. I was kind of like fangirling, and then they just pulled that towards me. I was kind of overwhelmed, and then, I was like, oh, I wish I knew they were there. They said they were there. I was like, I had to dance with her or something, and I ended up giving her a hug and stuff, and then I had a session with Allie the Wednesday after. I found out they were the judges, so.
Oh.
Who knows? Shows how much I paid attention to that. But yeah, it was such a fun time. I would do it again for sure. Just want to get like a little bit more gooder at dancing. I'll put it. But yeah, so and that kind of leads to now, and
here you are talking.
here I am talking. You know, thanks, Kate. You were great. Thank you, Howie. I look forward to more memories.
Thank you, Stephen. Talk in front of people. It is so hard to tell your story. Give him a huge round of applause. Thank you. We hope you're all going to get up here and tell your story of